I am going to go over a few questions for you on your multiply whole numbers assignment. Go ahead and make sure that you are following along with me because you are going to complete the rest of this on your own in a Google form. And these are basically free answers. So if you get the correct answer copied down, then all you have to do is plug it in and you automatically have this question right. So, number 4. One bought a used car from his uncle. He paid his uncle $206 each month for 2 years. What is the total amount he paid for the car? So we need to underline our question. Circle our numbers. We have $206 and 2 years. We have total. Total means either add or multiply, just depending on what our other keywords are asking us to do. We have the word each. Each means either multiply or divide. So since I have add or multiply and multiply or divide, the common symbol here is multiply. So we are going to be multiplying. But there is a catch here. This says that he paid his uncle $206 each month for 2 years. Years and months are not the same thing. So we have to find out how many months are in 2 years. Now we know since like kindergarten that there are 12 months in 1 year and there are 2 years in our problem. So we can do 12 months times 2 years. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. So we have 24 months. And each month we're paying $206. And it wants to know the total amount that he paid over these 24 months. So each means we're going to multiply. So we have $206 times 24 months. 4 times 6 is 24. Put down our 4, regroup. Remember, we're not looking at this 2 right now. We're ignoring the 2. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So we can go ahead and mark out the 4 because we're done with it. And we can mark out this 2 that we regrouped over here because we're done with it also. Now we're starting with the tens place. Since we're starting with the tens place, we need to put a 0 in the ones place. So 2 times 6 is 12. We put our 2 here and regroup the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 2 times 2 is 4. Our last step is to add these 2 together. So we have 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 8 plus 1 is 9. And then we bring down our 4. So 1 spent $4,944 on the car, G. Question 7. There are 197 campers at Riverbend Camp. There are 25 more boys than girls. Each camper collects 83 pine cones. How many pine cones do the campers collect all together? We need to underline our question, circle our numbers. We have 197 campers, 25 more boys, and 83 pine cones. Our key word here is all together. All together tells us either to multiply or add. So the easiest way to determine if we're going to multiply or add is to look at our labels. If our labels are the same, then we're going to add. If our labels are different, then we're going to multiply. So I have campers, boys, and pine cones. To me, those are all different labels, so we're probably going to multiply. Remember, if they're the same, we would add. Okay, I'm going to read my question again. It says, how many pine cones do the campers collect all together? What it's not asking me is how many pine cones did the boys collect or how many pine cones did the girls collect. It seems to not care if it were the boys or girls, so we can mark out this extra information. It doesn't matter that there are 25 more boys than girls. We don't care about that right now. We care about campers in all. So we have 197 campers. Each camper, multiply, each camper collects 83 pine cones. So we can do 197 times 83. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 2 is 29. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. We can mark these out because we're done with them. We don't want to get them confused. We need to put down our placeholder because we're moving to the tens place now. 8 times 7 is 56. Put down our 6, regroup our 5. 8 times 9 is 72, plus 5 is 77. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 7, we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to add them up. 1 plus 0 is 1. 9 plus 6 is 15. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 5 plus 1 is 6, and bring down our 1. So we have 16,351, which is A. The very last question that we are going to do together is question 11. Academy received a shipment of 8,802 baseballs. Which of the following could be true about this shipment? So which of the following could be true about this shipment? We have 8,802 baseballs. So here we're going to have to just check all of our answer choices and see which one is the correct answer. So A, the store received 517 boxes of 16 baseballs. Now this is going to sound crazy, but the word of tells us to multiply because it's basically saying that each box has 16 baseballs. So because we have of, and we're going to multiply, we're going to do 517 times 16, and it needs to equal 8,802 to be our correct answer. So we have 517 times 16. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 10. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. So I can mark out my 6, mark out my 4, and mark out my 1, and put my placeholder. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Now we need to add. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 7 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. And 3 plus 5 is 8. So that's 8,272. So A cannot be the answer because we're looking for 8,802. So let's try F. We have the store received 486 boxes with 17 baseballs in each box. We have the word of. Of tells us to multiply. 486 times 17. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 7 times 4 is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Mark out my 7, my 4, and my 6. Put down my placeholder. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 4 is 4. Now I need to add them up, add them up. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 6 is 6. 4 plus 8 is 12. Regroup. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. We have 8,262. So that's not right either. Answer can't be B. Okay, answer choice C. The store received 522 boxes of 16 baseballs. We're going to multiply again because we have that word of. So we have 522 times 16. 6 times 2 is 12. Regroup. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Regroup. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Mark up my 6 and my 1s because I'm done with my 1s place. I'll put down my placeholder. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 5 is 5. Now we need to add them up again. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 2 is 3. And 3 plus 5 is 8. 8,352. The answer cannot be C. Now here's the problem. A lot of people would just be like, okay, then the answer has to be D. But we can't just go ahead and circle D. We need to try to solve it and make for sure. Because if we solve D and it doesn't work, then we did our math wrong and we need to look back and see what we did wrong. So don't just circle D. You need to do the math too, just to be sure. So we have 489 boxes of 18 baseballs. We have 400. I'm going to move that down because of our, whenever we start regrouping, we have 489 times 18. 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 8 is 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 7 is 39. I can mark out all of my 1s and put my placeholder because I'm moving to the 10s. 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 8 is 8, and 1 times 4 is 4. Now we can add them up, and hopefully this is the correct answer. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 9 is 10. Regroup. 9 plus 8 is 17. Plus 1 is 18. Regroup. 4 plus 3 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. We have 8,802, and D is going to be our answer.